Let's make some digital brand guidelines in 5 minutes using Bravemark. Here we go. First things first, you're gonna go to bravemark.co. There's an affiliate link in the description if you wanna support this video. Then you'll make an account, but I'm not gonna show you that to save time. Let's look at the dashboard. Here's you'll find all your projects, or if you just started your account, it'll be blank. Let's go up to the top right and create a new project. Give it a project name, client name if you want to, and we'll start with a blank canvas. Create. This is a canvas like you're used to in most editing softwares. And the right-hand side is most of what you're gonna be doing as far as changing what content is going on in the canvas. Now, before we drag out any modules, we're gonna set up some settings. In the top right up here, we'll click on settings. We'll skip these first things, and we're gonna set our typography styles. Our master header will be Antonio, select. Our section title will also be Antonio, and our title font will be Antonio. These are the display fonts, the things that show up in the most prominent areas. We'll set our petite font, and I'm gonna upload a custom font this time. Now that I've uploaded my custom active grotesque, I'm gonna set it to regular. Then my body font will also be custom fonts, active grotesque, and my body bold font will be active grotesque bold. If I need to manage those fonts later, I can do so down in the custom fonts area. The next module I'll bring in is an introduction module. We'll start with an intro. I'm gonna left align it, give it a petite title, a main title, and I'm just gonna remove this text. I'm gonna change my style to Behance. I'm gonna scroll down and add a background image. This one looks good. Next, back in my modules, I'll add a section title. We'll call this one brand colors. And I'm gonna leave the text for now because I wanna organize something with the grid. So in my modules, I'll add a grid under that title, back to modules, add text, which will be a heading, modules again, text again to the description. Now I'm just doing this because I prefer the layout of the grid instead of the running line length that the section title gives in that text section. You can of course design and lay out yours however you'd like. For me, this section title needs to be checked hide from view, and then we'll turn this one into our title. We'll make it extra large, we'll align the text left and the content left in the grid module. For this section, we'll align it left, and I'll populate this later. Then we'll add color palette. I'll change the title to red and insert my own hex code. And I'll do the same for the other colors. I have an extra one here, so I'll just throw it away. Then I'll tile this section and add a comment or a note about what these colors are. Then I'm gonna do the same thing for the secondary colors. Lastly, I'm just gonna add a spacer to this section so there's a little bit of more breathing room. I'm gonna duplicate my section title and text and grid setup just so that each section breaks out and shows up in the navigation. And the reason I use a section title here is because Bravemark will automatically create a navigation for us. You can see the section titles I've added, brand colors and typography, are already built in this hamburger menu, which is awesome. With the titling done, I'll add a typography section. First, I'll title the module, select my display font. I'm gonna change the text size to large, change the preview to AABB. Then I'm gonna override the width and select full width. Next, I'm gonna do the same thing with the secondary font. This custom font needs me to override the name, so I'm gonna add that and title the module. Next, I'm gonna add a section for logos. For my logos, I'm gonna add another grid, and in this grid module, I'm gonna add a logo. In the panel here, I can upload that logo file, and that came in too big, so I'm gonna change the size to something that looks a little bit better. I'll add a logo again, and I'll upload, and this time the logo has a white dot. We'll make the percentages the same, and now I've gotta add a background color. You can see when I go to add a color, now my swatches are available. That's one of the reasons we did this first. I'll apply, and then add a background color to this one too. Next, I'll add other versions of the logo that the client might want to have or use in all of their media and publications. Now, Bravemark lets you upload files for your clients to download. So I'm gonna use this as a visual guide for my clients when they wanna download a black version or a white version of each logo. Let's check it out. If I want my clients to be able to download these logos, I can do so in the right-hand panel by just selecting and uploading a downloadable asset. I might do this in different file types, so it's extra useful for my clients. Lastly, let's look at some other modules available to you through Bravemark. We can add full width images if we want to break up our pacing or dress up our project. With this upload, I can either change the size to 100%, which still contains within the border, or I can set it to cover. I'll use cover. I can show clients what their social media will look like using the social media module. In this one, I can change their handle, upload a social media profile image, tailor my background color, and customize my orientation. Then in each one, I can upload a post image and change the post description. Plus in these modules, no matter the orientation or display ratio of your image, it gets cropped to your master settings in the module of portrait, square, story, or landscape. Lastly, if I had a video, I could add a video. I can just use a video URL like you're used to, set it to cover or not, hide the controls if I wanted to, and even auto start. And if I have any other additional assets like apparel, campaign materials, or ongoing work, then I can add sections for those. And the best part is that Bravemark is always updated. So if I share a link with a client, and I just tell them, hey, your new material's on your Bravemark website, then they can download it, have access to it, and pay attention to the most recent materials. Then in order to preview our draft, we just save the draft, publish project. And for now, we'll keep it private. Then you can copy the link or open a new tab. And just like that, you have beautiful, accessible, easy to update and maintain brand assets and guidelines for your awesome clients. If you like this video and you found it useful, please do two things for me. One is subscribe to the channel so that you can get notifications when more videos like this come out. And two, if you're gonna sign up for Bravemark, use code OVERMATTER25 for 25% off your first year on annual plan. Until next time, peace out. Hopefully I did that under 5 minutes. That was pretty sterile and pretty quick.